Welcome back to another Health Through Literacy virtual lesson brought to you by Michigan Fitness Foundation's Health Through Literacy. And today we are going to be reading another wonderful book. We are going to be reading the book called Tops and Bottoms, adapted and illustrated by Janet Stevens. Now, just like last week, I have a couple of questions for you before we get started reading the book. So my first question for you is, who do you think the book is going to be about just by looking at the cover? Any guesses? Just shout it out at home. Okay, so maybe a bear and a rabbit? Or maybe a few rabbits, since I see one poking right there. Okay, good. All right, my next question for you is, what can you tell about this story just from looking at the title and the pictures on the cover? Yeah, okay, so it's gonna be something about tops and bottoms. You see a vegetable there, so maybe something about that? What else? Okay, maybe bear and hare's friendship. Maybe vegetables? I see a lot of vegetables on here, right? Okay, I guess we'll find out when we read the book. Okay, now where do you think they got these vegetables from? Any guesses? The grocery store, yeah, that's a great guess. Where else? The farmer's market, okay, that's also a good guess. Where else? Yes, a farm or a field. Yeah, okay, those are good guesses. Now, how many of you have ever grown vegetables before? Just raise your hand. What did you guys grow? Tomatoes? Strawberries? Peppers? Whoa, those are awesome things to grow. Now, how many of you guys eat fresh vegetables? Another raise your hand. Awesome, I love the taste of fresh vegetables. They are absolutely delicious. Which are your favorite? Okay, so we got corn, good. Peppers, a spinach lover, awesome. What else? Broccoli, all right. Well, I am so excited to share this book with you because this is one of my favorites, so let's see what it's about. Once upon a time, there lived a very lazy bear who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a hard worker and a smart business bear, and he had given all of his wealth to his son, but all Bear wanted to do was sleep. Not far down the road lived a hare. Although Hare was clever, he sometimes got into trouble. He had once owned land too, but now he had nothing. He had lost a risky bet with a tortoise and had sold all of his land to Bear to pay off the debt. Hare and his family were in very bad shape. "The children are so hungry, Father Hare. We must think of something," Mrs. Hare cried one day. So Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and cooked up a plan. The next day, Hare hopped down the road to Bear's house. Bear, of course, was asleep. "Hello, Bear. Wake up. It's your neighbor Hare, and I have an idea." Bear opened one eye and grunted. "We can be business partners," Hare said. "All we need is this field right here in front of your house. I'll do the hard work of planting and harvesting, and we can split the profit right down the middle. Yes, sir, Bear. We're in this together. I'll work and you sleep." "Huh?" said Bear. "So, what will it be, Bear?" asked Hare. "The top half or the bottom half? It's up to you, tops or bottoms." Let's see," Bear said with a yawn. "I'll take the top half, Hare." "Right, tops." Hare smiled. "It's a done deal, Bear." So, Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. Hare planted, Mrs. Hare watered, and everyone weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the tops and I get the bottoms." Hare and his family dug up the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Hare plucked off all the tops, tossed them into a pile for Bear, and put the bottoms aside for himself. Bear stared at his pile. "But Hare, all the best parts are in your half." "You chose the tops, Bear," Hare said. "Now, Hare, you've tricked me. You plant this field again, and this season I want the bottoms." Hare agreed. "It's a done deal, Bear." So, Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the bottoms, and I get the tops." Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. Hare pulled off the bottoms for Bear and put the tops in his own pile. Bear looked at his pile and scowled. "Hare, you've cheated me again." "But Bear," Hare said, "you wanted the bottoms this time." Bear growled, "You plant this field again, Hare. You've tricked me twice, and you owe me one season of both tops and bottoms." "You're right, poor old Bear," sighed Hare. "It's only fair that you get both tops and bottoms this time. It's a done deal, Bear." So, Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded, and then watered and weeded some more. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! This time you get the tops and the bottoms." There, in front of Bear's house, lay a high field of corn. Hare and his family yanked up every corn stalk. Hare tugged off the roots at the bottom and the tassels at the top and put them in a pile for Bear. Then he carefully collected the ears of corn in the middle and placed them in his own pile. Bear rubbed his eyes and watched. "See, Bear, you get the tops and the bottoms. I get the middles. Yes, sir, Bear, it's a done deal." By now, Bear was wide awake. "That's it, Hare," he hollered. "From now on, I'll plant my own crops and take the tops, bottoms, and middles." Hare and his family scooped up the corn and hopped on the road toward home. Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Hare bought back his land with the profit from the crops, and he and Mrs. Hare opened a vegetable stand. And although Hare and Bear learned to live happily as neighbors, they never became business partners again. The end. That was a great book, don't you think? I know it's one of my favorites. So before I let you go for the day, I have just a couple of questions for you. So my first question for you is, how many servings or how many cups of vegetables do you think you should be trying to eat each day? Any guesses? 5! Whoa, that's a good guess. That's a lot of vegetables. Any other guesses? 3? That's also a good guess. So actually, kiddos your age should be trying to eat about 1.5 cups of vegetables each day. And there are lots of different ways you can do that. You can take a measuring cup and measure out some vegetables to equal 1.5 cups. Or you can add some foods, some vegetables to your foods throughout the day. And those are called combination foods. Now, does anybody know what a combination food is? That's okay, I'm gonna tell you. So a combination food is something where you have more than one food group. So that could be a yogurt parfait, where you take yogurt and you add some fruit and you add some whole grain cereal to that. Now that is a combination food because it's got 3 food groups, right? So what combination foods can you think of that could help you add vegetables to your day? Any ideas? Yeah, you could add vegetables to your pizza. You could have the crust as whole grain, and you got some cheese for dairy, and you've got some vegetables, and right there is one combination food. Does anybody have another idea? Yeah, you can add vegetables to a sandwich. So you can take whole grain bread, which is a grain, and some meat, which is a protein, and some cheese, which is a dairy, and of course, load it up with vegetables, and right there you've got a delicious and healthy combination food as well. So there are lots of different ways you can get your vegetables into your day. All right, well that's all I have for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed the story, you enjoyed our questions, and I will see you guys next week. Bye! All right, so for today's food tasting challenge, I want you guys to try and find a fruit or a vegetable that has a top and a bottom and see how it tastes. I've got a strawberry here which has a top and a bottom.